Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video. Listen, this video is cram-packed full of them keys, guys. Cram-packed full of them keys. We are deep diving into AMC, GME, and SPY, and also giving you a weekly update and prediction. Now, I don't believe I did give you the prediction for AMC, so I'm going to go over the weekly update and prediction, final predictions at the end of the video. So make sure you check out this clip, like you know how I do a clip of me at the end of the video. Make sure to check it out because I'm going to go through each prediction and give you the weekly update and prediction, if it was red or green. But check out the video. We first go through the data and then we go through the technicals, and I do a deep dive into this macro and micro levels you need to look for and much more. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts, the facts, the data. We cannot waste any more time. Let's go, and make sure you're tuning into the live streams this week. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with Datazero. In this video, we're going to give you your weekly update prediction. Last week was a short week, and this week is going to be a weird week because we're going into a different month. So basically, the calendar dates are going to be from the first. I just had it pulled up here for you guys. It's going to be from the 27th to the 1st. So this trading week we're looking for is through the 27th to the 1st. So the first thing we're going to look at is data, and then we're going to give you technicals. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. This is where I'm going to try to predict the weekly candle print. What type of candle will be printed from each of the stocks, AMC, GME, and SPY. I'm also going to briefly talk about Bitcoin as well. Now, let's go ahead and show you guys the data that's important, 3-star impact data. First thing is GDP growth. This is going to be huge, okay? This is GDP growth quarter over quarter, and you can see that the previous was at 2.1. If we get a higher, that will be good for the market. If we get lower, that will be bad for the market. We also have core price index, personal income, and personal spending. This is going to be huge. Like this week coming out is going to be insane. And then Friday, we have ISM. So Friday, Thursday, and Wednesday. Later in the week, we have a lot of stuff coming out that's going to put a lot of volatility in the market. Monday and Tuesday, we'll probably have less volatility, but on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're going to see a lot of volatility due to these things. We have the Fed speech at 12, and again, PCM, personal spending month over month, and PIM, or whatever you would call it, personal income month over month, and PCE, price index. All of these things are major events. Of course, GDP is major event, and then of course the Fed is a major event. So look for volatility on these dates. As far as AMC short interest right now being reported by Fintel, it's 9.37%. And then as far as Ortex is reporting, so Ortex is reporting it as of right now, it's reporting it at 7.80%. Utilization is 47.70%. Cost of borrow is 1.79%. Shares on loan is 22.26 million. Days to cover is 1.22. That's for AMC. GameStop short interest is 20.50% on short interest. Utilization is at 85.30%. Cost of borrow is sitting at 2.96%. Days to cover is sitting at 24.36, and then of course shares on loan is 72.73. Shares on available to borrow at 3.9 million for AMC. This could change by Monday, obviously, of course. And then on GME, we only have 100,000, which is pretty bullish, but this could, of course, change on Monday. So that's all of the data you need to be aware of for the trading week for Monday, Tuesday. Obviously, data will change throughout the week, but here is the data sets for short interest, cost of borrow, shares, all of those things that you need to know, reported by Ortex and Fintel, and then of course high impact things that are going to impact the market. Now let's go ahead and move into the technical section of the video. We're going to start off with SPY. give you prediction on the weekly candle, and then move to GameStop, and then move to AMC. So SPY is still trending up with the bearish divergence. People seem to be get confused about bearish and bullish divergences. The thing is that they will continue to just trend in that direction. It's going to trend until it plays out. So it doesn't mean that it's just going to happen when you see it. So if I go ahead and type in bearish divergence, you'll see that price can trend in the direction that the divergence is in for quite some time. You can see right here how the divergence starts way back here, and you can see how RSI continually just trends down. But look how long price continued to drift up, and that's what happens. But the longer the divergence, so the longer it takes, the deeper the correction is going to be. And if it's bullish divergence, the longer it takes, the higher the pump's going to be. So we can see on SPY that this has been officially from, I'll draw a vertical line. We could say it started back here. This low is a lower low than any of these lows. So, but you can see that it is a downtrend making lower highs. But I would say, just to be technical and on point, the divergence definitely started here. You can see lower lows and lower highs at this point, while the price continually is drifting up. So this definitely has bearish divergence, and it will be playing out. You can also tell that it's losing momentum. Why? Because you can see that the MACD is red, and you can also see, if we go ahead and pop on the volume, which I'll go ahead and pop on the volume for you guys, you can see that volume is overall decreasing. You can see there's this rally with decreasing volume. All of these things are saying that this rally is extremely unhealthy and unsustainable. It's saying that it's a fake rally, it's a liquidity grab, it's a liquidity pump. It is not a real rally. You can see that the volume is dropping down. You can see that the MACD is red. All of these are clear indications that this rally is not a healthy rally. More indications that the rally is not healthy. Again, if you zoom out, you can see that volume is literally dropping off a cliff at these levels. Buyers are not stepping in at these valuations, and you can see there's a ton of indecision with these doji candles, and also dojis are indicated normally at the end of a trend. So if you have a trend, and which we have an uptrend, and then we're starting to see these dojis on the bigger time frames, like the daily time frame and on the weekly time frame, that's indicating that this is the top of this move. Now, yes, it could drift slightly higher, but I do not see this thing getting above 460. I do not see this thing getting above 460. I really think it's topping out now. It's probably going to top out at about 458. Keep this number in your minds, okay? Keep this number in your minds this week, 458. Again, I repeat, keep this number in your minds this week. 458 is where I see the top for this potential rally. You can see that the MACD is curling down here on the daily time frame. RSI is overbought. Buyers are not stepping in. Again, volume just simply dropping off a cliff. Clear indications that this rally is not sustainable in many ways. You can see that if we start to zoom in, the alligator is a lagging indicator, so you want to go into the smaller time frames. You can see that it's starting to lose momentum as the bands get closer together. When the bands are spread far apart, that means that it has momentum. You can see that once you start getting on the lower time frames, it's not looking good. So I'm beginning to think that this is the top. We have the bearish divergence. We have the volume dropping off the cliff. We have the MACDs on the 2-hour time frame bearish, on the 4-hour time frame bearish, on the daily time frame it is curling to the downside. RSI overbought. I believe SPY is going to top out at about 448, 460 this week. And then there's a bunch of gaps to the downside, which I do believe are going to get filled. So my prediction for SPY for this week is going to be a red week. Last week I predicted a green week for SPY, and that was correct. We did see a green week for SPY. Last week's prediction was correct, and this week's prediction, I'm predicting a red week again volume dropping off a cliff. You can even see this when you go to the weekly time frame. Just look at the volume candles here and then look at them here. Buyers are not stepping in. If we go ahead and look for a little bit more clarity, you guys can see that we have this sell signal. Oh, we do have a fresh buy signal on the weekly time frame, but that's a lagging indicator. But we do have these sell signals on these smaller time frames. So this is what I'm looking at for SPY. I do believe it's going to get a little bit pop to the upside. I do believe it's going to top out at about 458, 460, maybe even get a slightly higher top, 462. But that's as high as I do think it's going to be. I do not think we're moving into a new bull run, in my personal opinion. I know a lot of people are getting very, very bullish, but me, I do not think it's going to get higher than 448, 460. The only reason I said a possible double top at 462 because we could see a similar scenario to like Bitcoin when it was in its complacency stage, where you've seen a slightly higher top, blow off top before going back down. And when it comes to the market cycle psychology chart, I believe we are at the complacency stage on SPY, and that's why so many people are bullish. That's why they say we just need to cool off before the next bull rally. If you go ahead and zoom out on the SPY chart, you guys will be able to see that SPY's chart looks exactly like the chart we are looking at. I know I have a lot of lines on here and I do apologize, but it looks exactly like the chart we're looking at for the market cycles psychology chart. So basically you have this euphoria rally, you drop down into your complacency stage. Bitcoin's complacency stage happened to have a slightly higher top before you drop down into your anger and depression, which is a lower low. So your anger's right here, your depression, then this is your disbelief rally, and this is why I believe Bitcoin is going into a new bull run in 2024. You can see that the MACD is green. Here on the monthly time frame, you can see that we have super trend and buy signals on the weekly time frame. These correlate with massive Bitcoin bull runs. If you go ahead and pop on those super trend, you'll see that we have these buy signals that normally correlate with these massive bull runs and the breakout of this massive falling wedge. And we are literally about to go parabolic because we're riding the top of this ascending triangle. So I think Bitcoin is actually literally about to go parabolic while SPY is in a massive macro bear flag and it's in the complacency stage. You're coming up, you drop down into your complacency stage. Again, you could have a slightly higher top, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. What I think what's going to happen is we're going to top out at this rally now at 458, 460, and then we're going to see a pullback down into the capitulation and anger and depression phase for SPY. So this is what I'm looking at in my personal opinion. Some things that we can look up to back this up, I just want to show you guys, is that SQQQ, so this moves inverse of the market. You can see that SQQQ has green weekly MACD. You can also see that on the daily time frame, the MACD is curling up while the RSI is very close to oversold. You can see that we have bullish divergence on SQQQ as price is trending down, but RSI is trending up. This is indications that the SQQQ is going to move up. SQQQ moves inverse of NASDAQ. So when NASDAQ goes down, SQQQ goes up. When NASDAQ goes up, SQQQ goes down. So this can actually help you determine which way the market's going to be moving by using this and charting this. So you can see with this bullish divergence, this is finding a bottom. I believe that this $15 was the bottom. It might come down and do a double bottom, maybe a slightly lower low, but this bullish divergence is going to play out. You can see that you have bullish MACD on the 4-hour time frame. You can see that on the daily time frame it's curling up, and on the weekly time frame it has green MACD. And then of course we have a bullish divergence with buy signals here on the 2-hour time frame. I believe this is a great time to buy SQQQ as it will be coming up to fill these gaps as the market starts to top out and pull back. Also, more indications that the market's going to be topping out and pulling back. You can see that there's bearish divergence in Apple. Apple is one of the main stocks that holds SPY up and NASDAQ up. You can see that Apple has this overall uptrend while RSI has this overall downtrend. Bearish divergence, and it's a long bearish divergence. So the crash that's going to happen is going to happen fast, and it's going to happen quick. Mark my words, if you're watching this video, when this thing starts to pull back and take and fall down, it is going to happen quick. You're not going to have time to take profit. So not financial advice. You should be taking profit, especially while the market fear and greed is in greed. You always want to do the opposite of the herd, getting away from the herd mentality, because unfortunately the herd is normally wrong. 90% of the people lose money in the market, so you have to be the exception. The fear and greed is a great way to gauge the overall market, and you can see that we're moving into almost extreme greed. We're at 68, and again, this is where you want to be fearful. You always want to be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. Now, you guys can see that we have that bearish divergence in Apple, and again, the longer the divergence plays out, the quicker the crash is going to be. I feel like once SPY breaks the key level of about 450, that you're going to see this thing just absolutely start tanking and dropping down to a new low, lower than this 409. There's so many gaps here. This thing's just going to absolutely start to go crazy. NASDAQ's also in the macro bear flag with many gaps to the downside. It also has bearish divergence. You can see RSI is trending down while the price is trending up. This is not a healthy, sustainable rally, and it is going to crash hard when it does crash. It also could potentially still be following the 2008 fractal, which I did post on my Twitter. I might not be able to find right now, but if you go back and look through my old videos. Also, by the way, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and have a happy holidays. But if you do look back, we still could be potentially following the 2008 fractal, and this would be the final pump to the upside, the final liquidity grab before a big move down. So basically you see this big push up before a big move down, and with what I'm seeing with the divergences, this big push up would lead to a quick move down. So that could be something that we could potentially be seeing. Again, key stocks like Apple showing bearish divergence, showing weakness. If you go ahead and look at the MACD, you can see that the MACD on the daily time frame is starting to curl down, and you can see the MACD on the 4-hour time frame is bearish. And again, with Nvidia, bearish MACD 4-hour time frame. Also, it looks like it's making a possible double top. So again, not looking good for the key stocks holding the market up. There's a big gap filled for Nvidia. I believe the market is still going to be crashing. Now, let's go ahead and move on to GameStop and AMC. I believe SPY is going to be having a red week. I'm going to go over GameStop quickly and spend more time on AMC. GameStop has bullish divergence. It has bullish divergence since this point officially where I drew this line, but if you really wanted to be technical, you could say all the way from back here where price has been, RSI has been trending up while price has been clearly trending down, and it's been a while. This is going to break out, and it's going to break out insane. It's also in this nasty falling wedge marked here in yellow, and then an even more nasty falling wedge on the macro time frame. GameStop is a patience play. RSI is clearly having bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. This divergence is starting to get huge. Weekly MACD starting to curl up. The macro for GameStop looks absolutely insane. I believe that it is in this part of the depression phase and will be seeing a major recovery. I dollar cost average into GameStop into these lower positions, and I believe that I'm going to see a major return once GameStop comes back up to fill these gaps. I do believe that GameStop will potentially come to all the way back up to fill these gaps at $30. There's a gap here and a gap here at 40. This could take some time, obviously. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Let's go ahead and see if we can fill the gaps here at 16 and whatnot. But GameStop, as of right now, is in this red falling wedge that I have marked. If GameStop can break above $12.50, you could see a nice pop to the upside on GameStop. GameStop last week did have a red week. We could potentially see more bleeding, but from what I am seeing, it looks like we are bottoming out and potentially, finally, could see a green week from GameStop. Now, this is taking a risk on this, guys. If I get this right, it is going to be a very, very good call. But from what I'm seeing on the 4-hour time frame, MACD starting to curl up. If I go ahead and on the daily time frame, we can see that we have green MACD. Let me go ahead and do a little bit more analysis before I make my call, guys. Let me just do a little bit more analysis. I'm trying to explain, but let me just look at a few things, guys. I really want to make sure I get this call right. It just looks like we can see some more downside. Where are we starting the week at? Guys, I know this is a very boring part of the video. I'm sorry. I do apologize. How far back does that go? Do we have another retest? If we can get, if I see one more retest of this block, if I can pull this back, yes. I think we can hold that. I think we can hold that. I'm going to say a green week, guys. GameStop's going to have a green week. GameStop's going to have a green week, and that is my final answer, guys. So, my prediction for GameStop is going to be a green week. And again, we'll talk about this during the live stream. The macro looks great. It's just going to take time. Massive falling wedge. Bullish divergence that's building and building and building and building. Prices trending down while RSI is clearly starting to trend up here. Like if you look on the smaller time frames, price is trending down while RSI is clearly starting to trend up. So I believe that it's setting up for, like right here, you can see, if I move this line, if I move it a little bit further, you can see that RSI is just trending up, especially if I put it right here. You can see RSI is trending up, while price is trending down. This is a big divergence. So bullishness is building, and when this thing does pop, it's going to be crazy. Also, something that can help you understand is OBV. So if you look at OBV for GameStop, it's basically at all-time highs. This means nobody's selling. OBV is an indicator that can determine a bullish or bearish outcome by looking at volume and overall crowd sentiment. And you can see that it's extremely bullish for GameStop and extremely bullish for AMC. It's at almost all-time highs for AMC. You can see that actually on SPY, it's dropping down. You can see that it was reached a peak here, and it's been dropping down. But you can see for AMC and GameStop, dang near all-time highs. Nobody's selling. Everybody's holding. I think we're going to have a green week for GameStop. Also, I want you guys to see something on the volume. Seller exhausting is starting to kick in. You can see that selling. You see how the volume is just like drying up. Like there's basically no more sellers left. Sellers just, the volume is just drying. You see how it's just drying up, like just drying up on a pretty much an overall downtrend. Look at this point here. Basically, if I move this vertical line from this point here, it's a downtrend. Sellers are getting exhausted, guys. Sellers are getting exhausted. Now, let's go ahead and move into AMC and give you guys your final predictions. So far, we have a green week for GameStop. We have a red week for SPY. Now, let's go ahead and move in to the final star, AMC. So AMC had created this gap here at $9. AMC is a much easier than GameStop. AMC is much easier than GameStop. AMC has green candles on the green MACD. You can actually see that volume went absolutely crazy here down at this bottom at $7. So you can tell that buyers are definitely going to step in down at these lower levels. And you can see when we had this last dip here, we had a big volume spike as well. So buyers are definitely stepping in at these low levels. It's also in this unique pattern right now of a possible inverse head and shoulder. You have a shoulder right here, a head right here, and then it's currently trying to form a shoulder or possibly a double bottom. We have a slight uptrend. If you guys look right here, one thing we do want to watch out for is a possible bear flag. If we do see that, we would be coming back down to retest something like 650, 665, 650, somewhere in that range. I want to go ahead and extend this block out because I think we can hold that level, and that's going to be a key level to hold. But I think we're probably going to have to retest that. I normally give you guys predictions, so I will give you guys the predictions. I think we're going to actually kind of trend up and actually kind of show some strength tomorrow, believe it or not. So here's what I have for you guys as far as prediction. It's probably not going to be crazy accurate, and of course I will adjust during the live stream. But I believe that we're going to basically trend up pre-market and show a little bit of strength. Show a little bit of strength here in the mid-afternoon. But this is what I'm looking at for AMC. You can see that the MACD is curling up here on the 30-minute time frame, on the hourly time frame. On the 2-hour time frame, we have green MACD. It's curling down, showing momentum is fading a little bit. 4-hour MACD looks pretty strong. And then daily MACD is the only thing I don't like because we have this red. But look, it is starting to curl up. We also have, I believe we have bullish divergence. Yeah, we do. I think I found it. Let me just say before I believe I identified it on a larger time frame. Yeah, see, because price is making a new low. See how there's a new low here at 652? But RSI has been trending up ever since back here. But price has been trending down. This divergence is even bigger than GameStop. Look at this. So, ever since here, and it's hard to see because my chart, but price is trending down, making new lows, while RSI is trending high, making higher highs and higher lows. Dude, I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be like the MOAS or anything crazy because they have a lot of shares and stuff to control it. But I at least think we're going to the gap fill here at 30 to 40. These gaps are going to get filled. There's reasons why you can look at charts and see that charts don't have thousands and thousands of gaps all over them because they get filled. You can look at any chart and see that there's not gaps all over them because gaps get filled. These gaps are going to get filled. We have this bullish divergence here that's been building forever. And again, the longer the divergence takes to play out, the more the longer the pump's going to be, you know, the bigger the move's going to be. And you can actually see that volume's been trending up. Look at the moving the medium average. You see this blue line on the volume? You can see volume's been trending up while the price is trending down. Guys, we have so much bullish divergence. You can see that people are buying. You can see that the OBV is at almost all-time highs. I'm telling you guys, this thing is setting up for something. Plus the short thesis is dead. Beyonce, these numbers from Taylor Swift are about to come out. Dude, it's gonna be absolute insanity. Also, I just realized the mic volume is possibly mad loud. So I do apologize if this video was loud. I do apologize. I will have the volume fixed. I will have the volume fixed at live stream. So I do apologize if this volume was a little bit loud or distorted. I just kind of fixed it now. So I do apologize if it was distorted, and I did have the gain up a little bit too loud. But guys, hopefully it wasn't that bad, because I had this video was really great, and I won't be able to record it and get all this great information. So dang, I really hope I could probably turn it down in editing. I hope I figured it out. But guys, this is pretty much everything I have for you. Again, look at the OBV. Absolutely spiking to all-time highs. We have bullish divergence playing out. That's huge. We have the green weekly MACD. Things are about to get crazy. It's going to take a little bit more time. We're going to have to go through a little bit more pain. But I think, not financial advice, the apes have patience. And again, don't over leverage, but that if you can dollar cost average, if you can afford to get a little bit lower average or start a new position, I think you will be greatly rewarded on this in the end. The short thesis is getting destroyed. Fundamentals are great. If we look at the earnings on AMC, the AMC earnings are beat after 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 beat. Guys, AMC's short thesis is destroyed, and it's not going anywhere. This is the video. Hopefully you found the video informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like. I will be live streaming during market hours, so go ahead and tune in to the channel tomorrow. I love you all. Hopefully you had a great Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Hopefully the volume wasn't too crazy. I'm going to be looking at it post editing. I'm recording this, but guys, this was a great video with some great information. Watch it once or twice, because you will be rewarded. I went through a lot of stuff, and this is all accurate information from the charts. Nothing made up. It's not hopium. It's just literally what is on the charts, based off the charts, the facts, the data. As always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. Alright guys, that was the video. Make sure you press like and subscribe, and press like and subscribe to show that support. Drop a comment to show support. Let me know that you are appreciative. Let me know that you like the content. Let me know if you hated the content. Let me know if there's something I can improve on. Let me know how to make the channel better. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, the weekly update and prediction again was SPY red. GME is going to be green and AMC is going to be green. I don't believe I said AMC's prediction, but that's what it is, green. I did the technicals and the data, okay? Deep dive. Guys, if you have the time, trust me, watch the video twice. Don't skip it. If you watch to the end and seen all of it, let me know in the comments below as well. Guys, have a happy Thanksgiving, or hopefully you did. Have a good holiday. See you guys soon. Peace out.